don't know, bro. I
see
just
a lot
need
of
to take a break
overlap
real
as
quick.
their games
Okay.
evolve.
Dude, I want to watch you guys play for a while. I'm like, dude, just it's gonna be over soon, bud.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. Nice shot from the wing. Conley's got his first basket. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Wade dishes to Bucket. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
How about the excitement right now that he's playing the game with? I love it.
He capped that dunk off with some serious hang time on the rim.
I tell you what, he just couldn't contain himself on that one.
And it's blocked by Whiteside. Here's Dang. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
What are you doing, dude?
It's stolen by Wade. For the three. Dang can't get it to go. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year. They end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
And Stevenson's checked in for the Grizzlies. Here's McRoberts. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Shot clock at 6. And Stevenson kicks to Anderson. Misses from close range. And Chris Anderson picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. Only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
Marc Gasol is checked in for Chris Anderson. Now here's Conley, the fast break opportunity. Stolen by
damn
Winslow.
it.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tony Allen. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Heat.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And guys, add to that the fact that they have really done a great job of attacking the ball handler with their defensive pressure and forcing turnovers.
Here's Gasol. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Winslow with it. Conley picks him up. Richardson against Allen. Winslow, the pass to McRoberts. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
All the officials are all over that.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
One bit of news for the Grizzlies last year is that they acquired a single affiliation deal with a Clark-a D-League team, which you think is going to help them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that team is the Iowa Energy. They're a sole partner now with the Iowa Energy. Good move by the team in what is becoming a growing trend.
Jeez.
Miami leading by 9. Winslow dishes to Richardson. To the paint. Stoudemire. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
And to nobody's surprise, Zach Randolph enjoyed an outstanding season, Clark, in 14-15.
And, you know, ironically, by taking more of a backseat to front court make Marc Gasol, Randolph played better, the best rebound rate of his career.
Vince Carter. He's checked in for the Grizzlies. Farmar comes in for Michael Conley. And Chris Bosh with the slam.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
Now here's Randolph. Stevenson kicks to Randolph. In right side, sends it back. And they get it back. The offensive rebound. Randolph passes to Carter. Here's Farmar. The Grizzlies with another miss.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
And for the Grizzlies, they had to be encouraged by Randolph's play after signing him to that extension. I mean, he'd been set back by the knee injury, but he came back in a big way.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Green's checked in. There's 31 seconds left in the first. Wade drives in to the right side. Count the bucket. Tang's got 5.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
And the jam by Whiteside.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Up in time. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Heat lead by 13. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Heat team out there.
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
And now let's check out the
wow.
Gatorade.
Just nothing, dude.
And ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Farmar is out there with Allen. And it's Marc Gasol. And there's Carter. And it's Green in at the 4 slot. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosh last year. He had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
I know.
Whiteside kicks to Dang. Good ball movement here by the Heat. No good from Wade.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't.
Oh, you like that double clutch?
Yep, it
Double
goes
tap
in, and the
right there.
Miami lead is cut to just 11 points, and the basket from Carter.
You know, the Heat never really came back after losing Bosh. His presence on both ends of the floor is hard to replace, and they missed him a bunch.
Whiteside sets the pick for Dang. Carter comes in with the double team. Kept alive. And he gets it to go. Bosh has got the lead up to 13 now for the Heat.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
Get that shit away.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Well, Heat leading by 11.
Hey, guys, I know I speak for everybody. Glad to see Chris Bosh back out on the floor. I mean, blood clots can be a very scary thing for anyone. And I think everyone is happy he's been able to make a full recovery.
Unbelievable.
That's good. Bosch has got 5 points now this quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Second chance effort. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Clark, Brandon Wright was moving all over the league last year, all over the map. Traded twice, once from Dallas to Boston, then again sent to Phoenix where he finished up the season.
Kevin, he was only with Boston for 8 games after the trade. He seemed to find a better home when he was with Phoenix.
Stolen by Conley. Allen drives in. Outside Conley. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Conley's got 5 points so far.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Johnson dishes to McRoberts. Stoudemire. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Conley's shot is off.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Now here is Carter. And the rejection by Stoudemire. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Now a timeout called by Memphis. Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
And the Grizzlies played so well against all the other playoff teams. Part of it is that they just have a style that matches up well with anyone.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Marc Gasol is checked in for Wright. Barnes comes in for Vince Carter. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Tony Allen.
I ain't gonna foul no more with that guy.
That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Gasol.
You know, that's the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, there isn't a team that gives them too much trouble anywhere in the league. They're good at home and on the road. They're used to playing in tight, low-scoring games. And they
Hands
create
up.
that situation with their deliberate style.
That's all I can do.
Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Miami leading by 9. In the corner, Winslow with it. Lets it go from 14. No good. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Conley kicks to Randolph. Baseline jumper. Stoudemire grabs the board. For Miami, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Richardson, good.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Conley, the pass to Randolph. Back to Conley. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Such a wide open look.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
Johnson kicks to McRoberts. And he banks in the layup.
Straight up.
McRoberts has got 5 points so far.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
There we go.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Grizzlies shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Conley dishes to Gasol. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And we know the Marc Gasol was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark, all along, most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
Yep, a winning team, max dollars. And don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
Gasol hits them both.
Marc Gasol, a first-time All-Star starter last season. He and his brother Powell both starting in that game. The first time that's ever happened in league history, and having both those guys go head-to-head.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock.
Now we're starting. Now we're cooking here. Okay. Now we're beating it inside.
Initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Now we're playing our game.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the strike, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Gasol hits them both.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Dragic the pass to Deng. Dishes it to the bottom. And a strong finish with two hands.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And so we conclude the first half. Heat out front, leading by 8. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports.
I don't think he's on there right now. He gets on at night. 3 for 10, dude. Woo.
The second half just about to get going here.
What a great game for Bosh in this one. He's got 13 points and also a block shot.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. You look at Chris Bosh in this game, I mean, he's been everywhere.
And he really just broke out the entire arsenal of post moves there in that first half.
And I think he might even have a few more tricks up his sleeve. I mean, he'll break them out as we start heading down the stretch. I'm sure of that.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. Deng and Bosh, your small and power forwards. And it's Whiteside in the center. Here's Gasol. Can't get it to go.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Conley kicks to Randall. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 4 assists in the game. Right side a screen. Here's Dragic. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. And the Heat lead by 13.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
That's good. And it's 7 points for Conley.
That's an impressive spin move there, Kevin. I wasn't expecting him to show handles like that.
Well, Heat leading by 11. There's Dragic with the 3. Bosh kicks to Dragic. Looks for Bosh. Gets it to him. To the inside. Tipped away.
Give a fucking harder pass than that, dude.
And they go to the intentional foul. Right, he's checked in for Zach Randolph. Brandon Wright. Grizzlies on defense. Wade outside. Here's Bosh. Tries again.
Get shit out of there.
Basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Anderson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. No good from Dragic.
Shoot him off.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm. They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Here's Wade. After the basket by Tony Allen. The kick out to Dang. Knocks down the 3 ball. Dang's got the lead up to 14 now for the Heat. With LeBron gone, the Heat had to overhaul some things they do on offense. No doubt about it. Still Clark, they kept some of the principles there that had been part of the LeBron years.
Yeah, exactly. And one of those principles, a big one, was the idea of spacing in their half-court sets. They still were able to open up for a lot of easy threes.
Yeah, and even without LeBron or Ray Allen, as you said, the Heat were very good at setting up threes. The percentage of their made threes that were assisted on was over 90%. That's top 3 in the league for that stat.
Now here's Johnson. Stolen by Anderson. Allen drives in. Wright dishes to Allen. Conley with a wide open look. And another miss by Memphis.
You know, even with players coming and going, this spacing they have is a system the Heat have found to be very successful for them. I mean, parts might come and go, but the idea is the same. Space the floor and get quality shots from the perimeter.
Winslow's shot is off. From deep three-point range, another miss by Conley. The Heat leading by 13. Richardson for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Richardson's got 5.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
Wow.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Kicks it out to Allen. Drops one in from the wing. Allen's got 4 this quarter.
Even though it went down, I don't think that's the kind of look they should be settling for.
Winslow kicks to Stoudemire. Johnson, a wide open look. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Really?
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And they've also worked hard to get the ball inside. They haven't just settled. And they've hit a lot of high percentage shots in this game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Zach Randolph, he's checked in for Wright. Carter comes in for Barnes. And it's Farmall in for Mike Conley. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Miami called for the foul. The Grizzlies had shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Zach Randolph getting up there in his mid-30s, but his game has never been based on extending. Sound offensively, really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they both shot the ball since the break.
A rebound by McRoberts. McRoberts has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Heat moving the ball around. Stoudemire. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists. And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover. And Lance Stevenson really couldn't find minutes in Charlotte last season. Ended up sitting out a lot of games in the BNP seeding. Not the start he wanted with the new team.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. for Stevenson, to his credit, he took the benching in stride. He knew he just wasn't a good fit at times.
Yeah, and his coach, Steve Clifford, was up front about it, and I thought did a nice job handling that. Clifford said he wanted Stevenson as a Hornet, but just couldn't find a unit with which to make it work.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Marc Gasol is checked in for Anderson, and it's JaMychal Green in for Zach Randolph.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there, but he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
And here's Bosh for three. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
And he nails the third. The drive by Green.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Well, through three-quarters. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. They've got Carter. Marc Gasol is out there with Green. Then there's Farmar. And it's Stevenson in at the two spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Bosh, no one around him. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And that's now 20 points for Chris Bosh. And Gasol with the dunk.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with two hands on the stop.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
And here are the Grizzlies now. It's an 18-point game. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
Check out the fellas. Check out his teammates over on the bench. So they are going crazy.
Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. Well, you knew things would be different for Lance Stevenson out of Indiana, but it wasn't in a positive way at all.
Yeah, he really struggled to find a role with Charlotte, the team he signed with. Remember, he was more of the point forward, had the ball in his hands in Indiana. Not the case with Charlotte, and also rumored to be traded all last season.
Zach Randolph's checked in for Green. They get it again. Whiteside.
You called timeout?
Timeout called, the Heat.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
The Grizzlies making a change here. Conley's checked in. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Kicks it out to Johnson. To the paint. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Here is McRoberts. He's covered by Randolph. McRoberts' shot is good. The Grizzlies trail by 18. Right side, Randolph lets it go from deep. Amari Stoudemire with the rebound. Stoudemire's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. assault. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Brandon Wright's checked in for Memphis. Barnes comes in for Vince Carter.
Well, I tell you, the Grizzlies guys were really dominant in the first half of the season last year, but after the All-Star break, barely played above 500.
From deep, Stevenson. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 5th assist in this one. Here's Winslow. A three-pointer off the mark. And Memphis would end up going 16-13 over the back half of last season. Down the stretch, they would only go 5 up and 5 down in the final 10.
Yeah, and Kevin, all those games so important as they jockeyed for position in the West. It was so fluid and volatile down the stretch. They could have been anywhere from a 2nd seed to a 6th on any given day, and they just happened to slump at the wrong time.
Chris Anderson is checked in for the Grizzlies. Mick Roberts misses.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
And the foul on Amari Stoudemire. That is his first foul of the game. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Here is Stevenson. Out to Conley. Just 4 to shoot. And another miss by Memphis.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bageled in the second.
Dang, it's a wide open look. The shot's good on the assist by Wade.
Forgot I had fucking zone going.
14 points for Luol Deng.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And Greg, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them, and as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Stevenson. Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
My goodness, that was almost a circus-like dunk. And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Miami grabs the miss. Bosch has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
And that one goes long. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes.
Miami ball. 2 points, Tornadoes.
Here's Whiteside. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and they're